Firstly, I just want to say, thank you for having me here. It's an absolute pleasure to be given the opportunity to share a few experiences. I want to start by looking and taking you through the moment from the Paralympic Games, and more so the 100 metres. And as I kind of explain it and get you to hopefully imagine it and feel it, that you imagine it being you. And I would like to start in the corridor. And the corridor is where the athlete stands as you prepare to go into the stadium. And as you stand there, you see the athletes in front of you who are there to beat you. The athletes behind you are also there to beat you. And they come there with the one goal in mind, to make sure that they cross that line before you. And the athletes all stand there quietly, obviously focusing, being prepared. But in the background of you standing there, at the end of the corridor, the only way I can describe what you hear is like a constant buzzing or a constant humming. And that's the noise of 80,000 people in that stadium as it echoes around in the distance. And as you move further and further down that corridor, that noise gets louder and louder and louder until you enter or are at the entrance of that stadium. All of a sudden you can hear a pin drop. There's no noise. Everything in your mind has to stop. The only thing to think about is listening for the gun. Because once the gun goes, you've got to explode to drive out of them blocks to make sure you're the first person down that track. And when you think this all happens in 10 seconds, you have 10 seconds down that track. One mistake is the difference between coming first to second. 2 mistakes is the difference between coming first and last. And you have got to put everything you've done in training over such a long period of time into such an explosive, quick 10 seconds with no room for error. But thankfully, as you cross that line, everything can let go. The emotions, the excitement, happiness, the relief that everything has just paid off, the satisfaction, that noise, that thundering, roaring around the stadium, all of a sudden you can hear again. Only this time, it seems even louder. People are on their feet, people are clapping, people are cheering, just for you and what you've just achieved. And as you move further on to where you stand to receive your reward, where you stand to receive your medals, you get that kick of adrenaline again. All them positive, good emotions come back as you stand to receive one of these. Everything that you've worked towards in that instance, you are there to receive. And that whole experience is something that's only good. Positive, happiness, everything great emotionally you can think of, you feel within them number of minutes. And I want to pull it back to a very different experience. I want to go back to 17 years before, where I was diagnosed with an eye disease called Stargardt's that reduced my vision to less than 10%. As an 8-year-old boy, I was told that I would not be able to do this, that I would not be able to do that things in life would be very much more challenging, that things in life would be very much more difficult. And as an innocent 8-year-old boy, I think, how do you deal with that? Where do you go from being told that things are going to be so much harder? All of a sudden, the future does not look very bright. But I feel between the starting point of there and where I first explained in the stadium, I learned 3 very important things. The first thing that I learned was about struggles. That struggles are actually for our benefits, for our benefit. If we can look at things positively and think what we get out of the situation, we will, without a doubt, benefit. Struggles make us stronger. There's no doubt about that. No doubt that they make us stronger. We have to learn to fight. We have to learn to fight for what we want to achieve. And in that fighting, we improve, we grow so much more. Sometimes we may see what we are fighting for and the rewards of it quickly. Sometimes, like myself, you may wait 17 years to see that, but without a doubt, we can see the benefits of the struggles that we face. The second thing that I learned was about hard work. And we have to be willing to work hard to accomplish something. Working hard shows commitment. It shows a dedication, a determination to do what is necessary. And as I look at what I do, I run a 10-second race that comes round. The major event is every 4 years. I train 11 months of the year, 6 days a week for 4 years, equals over 1,000 days to be judged on a 1 10-second race. And the hard work that is put in is what is required to accomplish what it is that I'm trying to accomplish. The third thing that I thought was important was about sacrifice. And sacrifice is the only way that you can achieve what you're capable of. Sacrifice shows a desire to do whatever it takes, a desire to go up and beyond whatever it is you're working towards, a desire to show that whatever you're putting worth into is worth it. And I know that being able to use those 3 things and learn from them has been what has helped me get from that lower point in life to that higher point. I want to also look at one other experience. And this experience is once and when I started athletics. And I started athletics because of a school teacher. A school teacher pointed me in the direction of getting involved. She seen potential that others didn't see. She seen something special that I could go on to achieve. There's no doubt that I would not be standing here if it wasn't for that teacher. And I don't believe that it was any coincidence that we crossed paths. I believe that she and I crossed paths for her to point me in that direction. Just like I don't believe that the people that cross your paths are by coincidence either. And that's why I would like to acknowledge you in here that are those school teachers that help those people that are in need that cross your path, that help those people get closer to the things that they're trying to achieve, that help those people get from that low point in life to that high place, that see that potential that others around may not see. To me, that is doing something meaningful. That is doing something that you may never see the benefits of, but something that will last a lot longer than your lifetime. To me, that is success. I want to finish just by leaving a quote as you reflect on what I just said. And it's from my favourite movie, The Gladiator. And it says, "What you do in this life echoes through the eternities." Thank you.